Hello, yes, and welcome to a episode of MLS Ireland. Where I'll be bringing to you my predictions for the third week of MLS. Is back is third. Perfect, thank you very much for joining me. My name is Sean and this is my predictions. It isn't the MLS is back cup, it's the MLS is tournament. The regular season has returned, so MLS has returned, or MLS is back, or we're back into week 3, which I think it is technically, but they've all played now 7 games, 6 games, so it's technically the 8th week, or the 5th week, or it's, I haven't got a clue. I forgot the game there. I even forgot the cup final, which was pretty impressive to even forget about that, but that's down to my own stupidity. It's raining, by the way, at the moment. It's constantly raining. Lovely rain. And I forgot about the game last night where Vancouver got stopped. It was last night, 2 nights ago, by Toronto. Technically it was yesterday, but it wasn't last night. So I keep forgetting. Anyway, unfortunately, I am back again. So to annoy your head, so sorry. Again, so congratulations to Portland. I've read the Portland top. I got new boots for AstroTurf. They are extremely hard to get in. I had fun. Got one shoe in, I didn't get the other in. So again, these are my predictions. So the New York teams who are now based basically in New Jersey. New York is playing in a soccer specific stadium, but in New Jersey, and Red Bulls New Jersey stadium. So on Twitter it's basically fans attacking the fans, even though when it's just pointless because the team is just as bad as the other. So it is a South Harrison derby, as what I'm calling it. It's not a Hudson River derby anymore because there's nothing in between it anymore. There's probably a couple of industrial parts, but it is a New York derby. So let's get cracking. New York Red Bull against New York City FC. So this is basically Red Bull Leipzig against NYCFC. No, Man City. So it was going to be a good game. I do think it's probably going to be a very dull game. These two teams didn't really do great in the MLS is back tournament, so both of them really didn't score that many. New York actually scored more in the playoffs, I think, than they did in the whole group stages, and less about New York Red Bulls the better. So I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw. I can't see really this game being too exciting, even though it's on tonight, and I probably will be watching it. It's on at 12 o'clock, so well, it's going to be on 12:18 a.m. as MLS does all this kind of stuff. The next game is Columbus Crew against Chicago Fire. Columbus Crew, who were probably behind Philadelphia when LAFC got put out to be the champions, so probably the third favourite. Not at the very start. I would have assumed Atlanta would probably have been up there, but then you know what I mean. When we found out Atlanta was crap, so they're playing a Chicago Fire team who did look well, but they finished in the bottom of their wee group stage. So, and with Vancouver in there, Vancouver beat them 2-0. So this is going to be a tricky game. Columbus Crew do look good. They look like a team who could probably carry this momentum on. Chicago Fire are still trying to find their feet. Saying that, I'm going to go for a 3-1 win. I think Chicago Fire could score, but I do think Columbus Crew probably are a better team, quite frankly. So watch Chicago Fire win that one. Next one is New England Revolution against Philadelphia Union. The battle of the the old timey kind of New England against Philadelphia, where Liberty Bell, kind of Boston, New England, Patriot, all that kind of stuff. As I would suppose this is the reason why MLS has given this as a rivalry. Anyway, it's probably going to be an interesting game. I don't think New England Revolution really have it in them to be fighting on any fronts this season. I could be wrong. I've been wrong before plenty of time, but I think Philadelphia is probably one of the best equipped teams outside LAFC at the moment to really do good things. So I am going to go with a Philadelphia win, and I put down 2-0. I did put down 2-0, see? You can't see it, but anyway, I put down 2-0. Next is FC Cincinnati, who have a new manager in Yapstam. It could be Yapstam, we don't know. We haven't really seen a proper picture of him yet. Against DC United, who have been crap. Nice way of putting it. They haven't been great. So FC Cincinnati, who actually did very well. They beat New York Red Bulls and they beat LAFC, not LAFC, Atlanta. It's going to be a long day. Anyway, they beat them both 1-0, which is a pretty impressive result. Then they got they actually beat them 2-0. Actually, New York Red Bull, and they beat Atlanta 1-0. It's going to be a good game. I do think Cincinnati is probably going to win this one 1-0, but DC United really should win this one. I would suspect they're the favourites to win this game, but I'm still going to stick with Cincinnati winning. But I'm going to go with the 1-0 win. The next one is Minnesota against Sporting KC. This is probably another rivalry. I don't think the SSC Cincinnati DC United one's a rivalry, but MLS way. So Minnesota against Sporting Kansas City. Sporting Kansas City didn't really set the whole thing alive, even though that the two of them did play in the wee competition. Minnesota actually came out on top on that game, obviously not on the group stages, because Minnesota came here and Sporting Kansas City came here. You know how things work, 1-2, that kind of thing. So saying that, I do think Minnesota are a better team. I forgot that they played each other, but in my thing I picked 2-1 for Minnesota. I picked Minnesota to win, and then I even forgot that they played. See, I'm good. Fuck, I'm good. Houston Dynamo, Texas Derby against FC Dallas. Houston do look like a very good team. FC Dallas are a very young team. So I'm going to go with Houston Dynamo. Probably going to try and struggle in this one. Unless FC Dallas has anything to do about it. This is their not their first game back. This is their third game. They drew their last game 0-0 against Vancouver, which was apparently one of the dullest games imaginable. So I can't really see them doing too many in this game. I do think they're going to try and pick it up a wee bit more, which will probably fall into Houston Dynamo's hands, and Houston Dynamo should win 2-0 in that one. Again, a repeat, and I mean a repeat. Toronto against Vancouver. This game was already played on 2 nights ago. Vancouver got smashed against Toronto. I can see it happening again. I do think Toronto's probably going to win this game, probably by the same result, either or. If Vancouver actually gets a 1 goal back. I didn't get to see the game, but I heard a lot of people saying Vancouver didn't really do that much. So I'm going to go for another 3-0. Probably could be 2-0, but I'm going to go for 3-0. And the last is the ElTrafico. It's going to be on at half, or is it going to be around 11:30? Yay! My first ElTrafico in a long time. The last game I stayed up for was 3:30 in the morning. Luckily I didn't have work in the morning, but that was a very long night. Good game, but a very long night. So LAFC, who are probably the better team in the whole MLS, against LA Galaxy, who are the most popular team, are crap. They have a great striker in Chicharito, but they don't really have anybody to pass the ball to him. So I don't think they're going to really be doing well unless they get a penalty or something like that, where they can try get Chicharito on the ball, but I don't see it happening. Diego Vela, I think Carlos Vela should be back. So I think LAFC should win this one. So I'm going to go for a 2-0 win to LAFC. So that is my predictions. If you're new to this, hit that subscribe button, that would be appreciative. And I hope to see you on the next one. Toodles.